Hey there everyone, how we all doing? This video is meant to be mainly for my Twitch viewers. I have a lot of questions that come up very frequently, and I felt that answering them in this quick video format here is going to help way better than I can possibly explain things on stream. So, first thing, we're going to be going through the options menu here. We're just going to be going through a couple of settings that I have set. So my field of view by default is at the max of 110. However, you can use console commands to make this number go higher, because currently 110 is the max that's on the slider, but you can change that yourself. So first up, press the tilde key, which is the one on the top left of your keyboard directly below the escape button that's on English language keyboards. And that will bring up on the very bottom of the screen this little black bar. It's very hard to see. It's a very small little bar, but it is in fact there. So what you can do, once you have this open, you can type FOV, which stands for field of view, press space, and then type in whatever number you like. I personally like 130 degrees in this game, so you type that in, press the enter button, your field of view changes. So pretty much that's it. It's as simple as that. Now, I would not recommend that you go over 140 or 150 because things are going to start to look very weird. For example, if you go to field of view 170, this is obviously very not playable, right? This is you're kind of a race car. At least you look like a race car, and that's just not playable. That is absolutely unplayable. So FOV 130 for me, that's very comfortable. I have a nice field of view without it being too ridiculous. There is another command that you can use in this console as well, which is actually able to change your crosshair. So I'm going to be getting this question a whole lot, starting with my next few streams, I'm sure, so we'll go ahead and cover that now. So what you can do is open your console back up by pressing that tilde key, type in crosshair style, all one word, crosshair style. You'll press the space bar, and you can use one of three parameters, either 0, 1, or 2. 0 will produce the stock crosshair. So whatever the default crosshair is for a weapon that you have, 0 will give you that. If you instead replace it with a 1, so use crosshair style space 1, and you press enter, your crosshair changes to basically enforcers. So it's a small dot that is surrounded by a cross. Now, your crosshair will bloom when you fire if your crosshair would normally have bloom. So if you're playing something like the Vanguard, for example, your crosshair will actually shrink as you fire instead of growing because that's what Vanguard's crosshair does. You'll see this one, it might not be very apparent in the video just because of rendering artifacts, but you will see my crosshair pulses with every shot just like the normal crosshair would. Now, if you go and you do crosshair style 2 instead of 1, you eliminate those dashes and you only have that small tiny dot in the center of your screen. Now, when you play at a very high speed and a high field of view and a high resolution monitor, that dot is extremely easy to miss because I believe it might only be a single pixel. So my personal preference is to run crosshair style 1. So I still have those dashes because it's not really possible for me to lose those dashes, and I will always have a good idea of where my aim actually is. Next up, we're going to talk about some of the sounds that you guys hear. So, as you can hear when I shoot this guy, that hit sound is not default. So if you go escape, go to your options, click the audio menu. If you scroll down, there is something called hit impact switch. And you can change it between 3 different noises. And I will show you each of those 3 so you can hear the difference. So that is a very high-pitched, squeaky sound, which I actually kind of like. Sound 2 is the one that I like using the most. Just a standard beep, but it's nice and easy to hear. It does not sound like anything else in the game. You're not going to lose it. Then here's the default hit sound. Nothing wrong with that either. That hit sound is totally fine, but you have 3 different options to make yourself just stand out from the crowd, I suppose. That's kind of the main reason that I use it, is because it just makes my stream and my videos different than anyone else's. Well, not anyone else's, but then a lot of other people's. So I find that to be quite valuable. Next up, I wanted to go through... what else did I want to go through? Okay, your hit Pip Style. So What this means is when you shoot somebody, you see the hit marker, right? Well, with default, we'll put it on default so you can see whether I hit 1 pellet or 5 pellets, and whether he has full health or low health. Those hit markers are the exact same size every single time. Whereas if you go down here and you set the hit Pip Style to classic fill, what happens is you see a very small hit marker and then it becomes larger. So like there's a small hit marker, bigger, bigger, bigger. You see, like, you know, as he gets closer to dying, that crosshair changes in size. So that is the main difference there, and I personally like having the classic fill because I feel that it gives me more information that I otherwise would not have at all. There's also multi-target hit pips, which is going to be very difficult for me to show in this video just being in the training mode here. But essentially, if you have multiple targets caught in one attack, let me see if I can try and set this up. No promises if I'll get lucky on this kick, but we'll see if I get lucky. Shit, that's not the right button. Kick. F. Nope, not lucky. Okay, so, well, I guess I can still make this happen. The idea here is that if you hit an enemy with an attack that does like splash damage, you hit multiple enemies at the same time. This should work. Maybe? I don't know. Then you'll see multiple hit markers all at the same time. This is very annoying, by the way. I'm trying to make this work for you guys. Alright, this should be close enough. So we'll go ahead and hit E here. You guys see the 2 little hit pips that appear, and they're kind of offset. So the more people that you hit, the more of those you'll see. And they follow the classic fill style, so they are all going to be filled up at different amounts based upon how much health the opponent has left. So the bigger the hit pip is, then the less health the enemy has, or rather the closer they are to dying. So bigger hit pip equals closer to a kill. So those are some of the main things that I use that makes my game look and behave differently than other people's. So I hope this was helpful and informative to you, and that you are able to now customize your game to the optimum level. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.